Hi, my name is Janine Bechard, and I was a victim of domestic violence, and now I'm a survivor of domestic violence. And I'm creating this YouTube channel to help others that are going through difficult relationships see that there is another side and that you can get out with your life and you can find a way to live a happy, successful life after the trauma that you've endured. I started in my relationship at a young age. I was in grade 9 when I met my abuser, and he had just left university to come back to high school to play football. We had met in school and started dating, and everything was all great in the very beginning, as any young love relationship is. It's all butterflies and puppy dogs. And then it quickly started to change. The amount of time that we spent together was increasing over a short period of time, and I wasn't allowed to hang out with my friends because I was hanging out with my abuser all the time. He always had something for us to do and to go places together, and it was just the two of us. Our relationship took a turn quickly when we got into a discussion and got into an argument. I believe it was something to do with some sort of jealousy. And I voiced my opinion, and I got a backhand to my mouth, and his ring hit my tooth and broke it. And that was the first physical incident that occurred in my relationship. It was a shock initially when it happened, and I recall crying and being very upset and scared. And I was talked into a story. He made up a story about the situation that I was to talk to my parents and explain to them so that he didn't get in trouble. And of course, there was a lot of I love yous and I'm sorry and I didn't mean it and it wasn't my fault. It was my fault instead because I deserved to be hit. And that's when the abuse started. I forgave him. I was given a gift, a beautiful ring, and that's how the cycle started for me. There were multiple incidents after that occurred. I married him, and I thought that things would be good. I thought that I could help him and I could change him and make him see that, all he needs is love and caring, and he would change. And unfortunately, that didn't happen. One thing I did learn the hard way is you can't change somebody who is mentally ill, who feels the need to hurt or harm others. You can't help them unless they want to help themselves. And it took me 23 years to figure that out. It was absolute hell, walking on eggshells for years and trying to tiptoe around what type of mood my abuser might be in and how to deal with that mood and what to do to protect myself and my son from any harm. It took a lot of strength and a lot of effort, mentally and physically, to live in that type of a lifestyle. And I am so glad that I'm no longer in that situation and that I was able to get out with my life and take my son with me. My abuser was charged. My abuser, unfortunately, did not go to jail, and he kept his job as a police officer. It's very difficult to accept the fact that he is still able to be in the community as a role model after being charged and convicted criminally for his acts against us, his violent acts. But I am hoping that our system will change. I am confident that more people will use their voice as well to allow change within the criminal system in Canada, as it is too lenient at this point, and it is outdated and requires change. There's been so many emotions and so many feelings, and such a long process for me to understand what happened, how it happened, and try to understand why it happened, which is one thing that I probably will never be able to get the answers to, other than he was not okay mentally and he needed help, which he refused to get. I have gone through years of therapy, different types of therapy, to assist me with my healing and trying to understand who I am, as the voices from my abuser remain in my head, and that's part of the trauma that will never go away. It is constantly there and comes up in moments, and they're called triggers, where something will happen and a memory will pop into my head, or I'll hear his voice and it will be telling me a negative words or negative comment. And this happens quite often because my body and my mind has gone through so much trauma due to his abuse. But I am working extra hard to heal myself and to learn tools in order to try to get through these difficult situations. And that's something that I want to share with all of you. I have lived through trauma. That's what separates me from the professionals. I have gone through so much pain and suffering, and I have a son who is now an adult that has gone through it as well, and I've been able to help coach him through this. And I want to be able to do that for others. It's one thing to go to a doctor and be told you can take medication and that should numb you for a while. And it's another thing to go to a therapist and start talking and sharing your story, and then be told, well, it'll probably take about 5 to 6 years and then you'll be over it. That's what happened to me. There's other therapists out there that are phenomenal, that will work with you and that understand for different reasons what you're going through, whether it be they've gone through trauma themselves, or they have a better understanding or a more caring personality that want to help you. And I've been fortunate to have a few great therapists to assist me. In my journey, I have jumped into a role of a life coach to assist people, as I feel that that's the best way that I can help others, by sharing what I've learned about myself and about my situation and how I was able to come out of this alive. I'm alive and I'm successful. And although I have bad moments, those bad moments I can deal with and manage on my own now, because I'm strong and I have a better understanding. There are so many things that I've done to help myself and to understand what it is that I need. And that is something that you need to be willing to do, is to put the time in for yourself so that you can understand you. If you would like more information, please reach out to me. I'll be sending more videos out there to the world so that people can understand what it is that they might need, or what tools that they might be able to use to help them get through their situation. And please share with me what you're going through and how you're feeling, and let me know if there's something that I can do to help you. That's my purpose now. And in all of this trauma and hell that I've gone through, I've realized that there is a reason for it, and that's to give back. And I'm blessed to be able to do that. So thank you for your time tonight or today, whenever you're watching this. And I look forward to speaking with you or hearing from you in the near future. Thank you, and we'll talk soon.